Hey, I'm Suzanne Tinkemeyer of No Longer Quivering, now just of myself. This is my second video of the day. I wanted to talk about Costa Rica. I'm trying to keep all of my Costa Rica content completely separate from my Katie Joy content, from any content about the Without a Crystal Ball, Tati Westbrook um, lawsuit. I just think it's safer for everybody if we do that. You don't have to sit through a ton of shit to hear about Costa Rica. Well, my father was a banker. And one of his favorite phrases used to be, money talks, bullshit walks. And I am here to tell you that is so true, so much all over the world. I don't think it really matters where you are. If you have a lot of chatter, you're going to get treated differently. It's just kind of how it is. We had to go to the bank this morning here. Hey there, catching this one. Hey, Amber Chick. Whatever today, but I went on to stumble down to the bank today, went in there because we had to renew one of our CDs, certificates of deposit, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about here. To Alive, yeah, Sue M. Hey, so I wanted to talk about that. Here's something you need to know about Costa Rica that I've not seen said very many places. On our first trip here, we were told that you can buy certificates of deposit here in Costa Rica and make as much at that time as 9%. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what the investment percentages are in the States, what the numbers are. They're bad. You can't even get like a 0.5% on your money in a passbook savings, maybe, or you can get, I don't know, 1% on a CD. Let me tell you something. Here, even though the bottom has dropped out of the CD market because of COVID, you can still get a good 7% on your money. You are never going to get that in the States. Never, 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 because they're keeping everything artificially low, because the federal government owes so much money. And so they're going to keep artificially keeping that number down. I'm a big believer that they're going to do that. Did everything, well, not everything, about 90% of, no, let me refigure here, not 90%, maybe about 60% of all of our wealth is here in Costa Rica now as a result. We have a lot of it in CDs that are making anywhere from 9 to 6.5%, depending upon what day we rolled over and did the CD or bought the CD in the first place. It's a good way if you're here to generate a monthly income, which you must do to become a citizen. You have to have $1,500 a month coming in, whether that is retirement money, investment money, or whatever. They want to see that you have money before you move here permanently. And a thing about moving here permanently in banking, there are only 2 banks that are covered by some type of federal insurance. You know, in the States, we have this FDIC. It covers your deposits all the way up to like $100,000 or some ridiculous amount. They have that here. They have a Costa Rican version. And only 2 banks in the entire country are covered with that because they're both at least semi-government run. That would be Banco Nacional and Banco de Costa Rica. Now I bank with one of those. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want those people that send me obscene emails all the time to start trying to fish into getting into that website and running my name, which wouldn't work the way it's set up anyway because it's all set up through my corporation. Anyway, so you can come here, you can bank all your money there, you can set up a corporation, and the last time I paid taxes, well, I did our taxes about a year ago. You know how much I paid on my 9% under U.S. Tax law and investments, foreign investments? 0, a big fat 0. Now, before I paid a small amount, but once Trump came to office, so one good thing he did that benefited me is he took away any paying money on your foreign investments. So there's a lot of good investment opportunities here. You're going to run into people who are going to ask you to invest in real estate and various things. Be very careful. Those investments aren't really so, good idea. Those investments are not nearly as safe as going to Banco Costa Rica and buying a CD with your money and having them transfer the money they're paying on the CD every month straight into your bank account. You can count that as your income to live here. There are a lot of other little small banks. Many of them are not very stable. I've seen banks here go under. I've seen Americans lose everything. Those banks tend to pay better rates here, but they tend to be not, there's no any kind of backup. If they go bad, they go under, your money is gone. I saw it happen to somebody who had been banking all of his Social Security, and the small bank he used went under. Now, of the banks that aren't federal run and protected, I would say the BAC and Scotiabank are both pretty safe too. BAC is huge, even if they are a private bank. Scotiabank is in Canada and various other places, so they're pretty stable and good place to put your money as well. What you need to know if you're going to come here and do open an account is they'll let anybody open an account. You just show up with your passport in your hand, you open an account. It's a little bit different if you want to open an account that you can transfer money into. You have to prove to them that you're not a drug runner, that your money's not coming from drugs. You're going to have to cough up copies of your bank statements, your investment statements, your Social Security. No, I'm sorry, maybe your Social Security if you file on that, but also your income tax form. You're going to have to show all of that. You're going to have to prove to them that you're not a drug runner, and you're going to have to get somebody in good standing here to vouch for you. We were lucky. We had somebody vouch for us when Jim first got here. Our landlord vouched for us, and we vouched for a few Americans now here because that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see somebody who lives here and banks with them that is in good standing, says, yeah, this person is great. This person is not a scumball that's going to lose all their money. They're not going to overdraw their account. And here's the thing. Here's the thing to think about moving here. The checks. They don't use checks at all in this society. It is all going to the ATM to pick up cash or using your ATM card somewhere and like a debit card, and your money coming straight out. It's one of the two. You're not going to be able to write a check on those accounts, which in actuality is actually kind of nice. I've gotten away from writing checks since we've been here, and it's a lot easier to keep up with for me when you don't have the checkbook that you're trying to balance and look into every day when you're writing checks and going, do I have that much money in the account or not? So those are the things about. And the nice thing about banks here is you can pay almost any bill. If you owe money to so and so, say you're in Guanacaste and they're in Limon, you could do a wire transfer like that. Debit card only is a good way to go. I am almost strictly debit card only here. The last time I got cash out was to pay an aduana bill because I'd ordered something and they wanted to collect the taxes on it before they would ship it to me. So there is that. And I was going to say about shipping things here, it could be a problem. There are a lot of things that they don't let you ship. So I don't like Amazon's corporate policy. I don't like how they exploit their workers, but it's one of the few places you can easily get delivered here. I order stuff from Amazon all the time, and they just ship it with a regular mail. The thing I like about it is they collect the aduana, the taxes, the impuesto, the import fees. They collect all that up front. Remember I was talking last week about a $10 or $12 set of underwear for my husband. He wanted $44 aduana fees on. I forced him to buy local finally. So we'll see how Costa Rican underwear holds up for him. But most everything you can get there is available here. It may not be available at every single store here, but it is a lot. And one thing I want to cover this week, I'm going to bring my husband in for this, is I'm going to cover junk food. I just got a wild hair to do that. There's all kinds of excellent junk food here. There's excellent food of every kind. And you'll be surprised, you'll see some U.S. brands here at every single store. There are some U.S. brands that have really cornered the market. Let me show you my cat before I go. Now I've been ranting about the bank. And the bank does require you to have your passport every time. Look, he's on top of the countertop in the kitchen. The kitchen. Everyone's weakness is junk food. I have called my husband the junk food junkie for many years because if I had $1 for every time I was like, I'm making dinner, come get dinner. It's like, I'm not hungry. I'm looking over there and he's got this giant bag of potato chips and he is just scarfing those things down. And I'm looking at him like, really? Really? I just made all this food and you're going to live on potato chips? Oh, so there is that. And junk food stays are really good things. So one of the things I like the most is the fact that they have tiny things too. Like for about 300 colones, which is about 50 cents, you get these little teeny ice cream sandwiches with lime in them. Lime ice cream on ice cream sandwiches. Those are my junk food weakness here. And there's a lot of good healthy food as well, but their junk food is exemplary. So much. And I'm addicted to patacones, which is a plantain that they bake and then slice it up, smash it flat, and deep fry it. I'm Southern. I'm from Louisiana, Cajun too, and I am all about them fried foods. Fried foods are my favorites. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go because I've been on here a lot longer than I ever intended to be, ranting about the banks and things. Um, One quick word I just remembered, banks in the US can link directly to Costa Rican banks. You just need an IBAN number and transfer your money back. It's actually pretty easy. It takes no more than 3 days, but your bank has to know what they're doing. They have to know how to deal with an international banking account number, the IBAN. And if you can, it's there. I think it's bullshit walks, money talk. Of the investment bankers dealt with us pretty much anywhere